Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this video right here is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for a ticket for any event in the entire world, use SeatGeek. Use code Hodge, that's just my last name at checkout, and you'll get $20 off your tickets. Now this is for first time orders only, but if you're looking for an event, it doesn't have to be a wrestling event, any event, you need a ticket, use SeatGeek code Hodge, and you'll get $20 off your ticket. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go jump into the first news story of the day. So this one's a little bit old, but I still wanted to mention because it's cool, right? So this is about the Elimination Chamber 2024, next year's Elimination Chamber. So this will be taking place like February 2024. They actually announced the location where the show's going to be. It's very exciting. So the Elimination Chamber 2024 will be taking place in Australia. You heard me right. Australia is getting a premium live event. They're getting a pay-per-view, whatever thing you want to call it. It's a big deal. It's like the first pay-per-view ever in Australia, I think, or the first WWE pay-per-view in recent years in Australia. It's a very, very, very big deal. I think it's maybe the first ever though, but this is a huge deal. It's to be taking place over there. I don't know how it's going to work with the time difference. I get, because this is a huge time difference. It's not a slight time difference to the normal time slot. So I guess it'll have to be pre-taped. I guess a pre-taped pay-per-view. I don't know how they would do it. Unless they're just gonna do it live, and I don't know what the time difference is. It's gonna be crazy. But nonetheless, yeah, Elimination Chamber 2024 will be taking place in Australia, and I'm very, very excited for this because this is a very huge deal. All right, the next news story. The next news story is a bit of an unfortunate one. I really hate to see this thing released, but here's what's happened, ladies and gentlemen. So this is about Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, of course, was released by the WWE. There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of issues with the guy. He went to rehab. Everyone thought he was better. Maybe he is better. I don't know. I don't want to assume. But nonetheless, they released the guy for many reasons. But the most recent incident with Riddle was the airport incident where the rumors were he was in the airport, he was screaming, he was yelling, he was causing a scene. And then after all that, Riddle went on social media and said he was assaulted in there by a police officer and all this other stuff. Basically, there's been a video that has been released by TMZ about Matt Riddle inside the airport. He was screaming. He actually, at the gate to get on the plane, he grabs the microphone from the people who work there and starts screaming over the microphone, just crazy stuff. I really hate to see this thing released, and this is just even worse publicity for Riddle, which was even, his publicity was horrible before that. But basically, now that this has been released, I don't think there's a shot in the next few years that we're gonna see Riddle back. Riddle will not be re-signed by WWE within the next few years, if ever. And I really hate to see that because Riddle had so much potential. He just had a lot of issues, and there's been a lot of stuff come out about the guy and a lot of problems. And basically, yeah, this video has been released. So there's video evidence now of Riddle just acting that way inside the airport. I'm not going to show it, but it's around if you guys absolutely have to see it. But it just sucks. Riddle really is a star that had so much potential, and I really hate that everything's been ruined due to maybe substances or something else or personal problems. I don't know. I really feel sorry for the guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's actually the only confirmed news stories I talked to you guys about today. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, go and get your juice boxes out. Ladies and gentlemen, get your juice boxes ready because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor of the day, we're going to continue to talk about Riddle for another moment. So Matt Riddle was released for multiple reasons from the WWE, and ultimately they said they just couldn't, I guess, cover for him any longer or deal with the issues. There's just been so many problems. There's been from the substances and putting him in rehab is a whole thing, and that looks bad publicity, but hopefully he would get better. From allegations against the guy when early in his main roster career, to the airport incident, to all kinds of problems backstage, and then having issues with the new merger is another whole problem. Apparently, Riddle has a lot of problems with Dana White. Dana White's the president of the UFC or whatever, and UFC and WWE are merged now, so that could be another problem. And apparently Dana White, when Riddle was working around MMA, UFC kind of thing, he said Riddle was a kid with a lot of problems, and he didn't want to do business with the kid anymore. So that was way back when he was with the UFC, so the problems may still be there. But there's a million reasons why Riddle cannot be in WWE right now. And I feel sorry for the guy. I hope he gets help if it's substances or whatever's going on with him personally. I just want to see the guys get straightened out. But apparently these are not new issues for Riddle. This was happened before he ever even got signed by the WWE for NXT or anything like that. This was in his MMA career he had issues like this. So I wish the guy the best, and I hope he recovers and he's able to return to do whatever he wants to do. If that's MMA or WWE or something, I'm sure he'll do something athletic. We'll just have to wait and see though. I was trying to bring that up from Riddle. I wish Riddle the best. It's something he's got to do on his own, and I just hope everything goes good with that. But let's move on to something else. We're going to talk about Edge now. So Edge has recently been released out of his WWE contract. Well, I wouldn't say released out of his contract. His contract's expired. He decided not to renew. They worked for a deal for a while. They couldn't come up with terms. I have a feeling it's something to do with where Edge is coming to the end of his wrestling career, and he wants to do Edge and Christian one last time. So Edge and Christian, of course, Christian's in AEW, Edge is out of his contract, so I guess Edge is going to be going to AEW, which is what everyone's talking. But basically, this rumor is about Edge's contract. So the first day he can actually go to another wrestling company, the first day he can sign a new contract with a wrestling company is actually today. Today is the first day. October 1st is when Edge can sign a new deal with whatever wrestling company he wants to. He can go wrestle at any wrestling ring for any promotion he wants to, starting today. Which today just happens to be the day of an AEW pay-per-view. So is Edge going to be showing up tonight to be with Christian or do something like that? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But it is likely, and it actually is like physically possible and contractually possible for Edge to be there and to Edge to be at AEW starting tonight. All right, let's do it. So this is actually it. This is the final news story. This final rumor, the final thing we're talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So this is about none other than the Viper. This is about Randy Orton. So Randy Orton has been injured with a back injury for the past 16 months. So pretty much like a year and a half, Randy Orton has been gone with a back injury. He had to have like some kind of back surgery or fusion or something. He had to have like a whole deal, and it's been a huge deal for the guy. But apparently he's been training a lot. He's been in the gym a lot, hitting the gym. Everyone's saying he's gotten a lot more muscular now, which is really cool. Orton has not yet been back in the ring training yet. He's not cleared to do that by his doctor. So we're kind of going to talk about like a timetable for a return. They're saying he could kind of start easing into the ring, and he was actually spotted at the Performance Center like this past week. Training, or I don't know necessarily training. He was spotted outside the Performance Center, so what he did inside the building is up to you. But maybe he's starting to ease his way into training a little bit. It may not be taking bumps, but maybe in there just kind of doing some easier stuff. But Orton is very, very dedicated into making a return, and he's going to be working very hard to make that happen. So Randy Orton is going to be returning. But when's he returning? Well, I would say give the guy a few months, and he might be close to ready. And what's happening in a few months? I mean, he's got a little more than a few months. If we want to do a Royal Rumble return, so Royal Rumble 2024, Randy Orton. I guess everyone's going to be starting those rumors up, but it's what it looks like what's probably going to happen, because Orton is starting to train. He's starting to push himself to get back in the ring ready, and Royal Rumble is like 4 months away or something like that, and that may be enough time to have his body ready. So Randy Orton, Royal Rumble 2024, I believe is a very good chance of that's when Randy Orton's return will be happening. So there you guys have it. That's actually doing this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, let me know your thoughts on all these news stories and rumors in the comment section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your king of Luxa, Brandon Notch, and I will see you guys in the next video.